teams expected now any second. Here they come, led by their respective managers and by the match officials. There's the Rangers' likely lineup. Certainly the personnel's correct, and the way we're expecting them to play, with McCoist and Hateley, the two-pronged attack. Dundee United, that's their lineup in terms of players and a likely formation, but we'll have to wait and see if Gordon Petric is sweeping behind two markers, and Ivan Golac will make his tactics clear in the opening minutes, I'm sure, when the game unfolds. And the match is about to begin, with Dundee United kicking off. Referee Douglas Hope blows his whistle, and the 1994 Tennent Scottish Cup final is underway. Well, looking instantly to see the formations, Maurice Malpass has moved right to the shoulders of Ali McCoist, with Brian Welsh on Mark Hateley. And Gordon Petric in a sweeper role. Bowman and Hannah in the centre of midfield, as we expected. Cleland wide on the right, McInally wide on the left. And the wild card factor, I think, may be provided by Andy McLaren for Dundee United, who started the match wide on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it looks certainly as though United are allowing Christian Daly to go right up front. It may well be, once the game settles down a little bit, that he plays a wide role on one side and Andy McLaren plays a wide role on this other side to try and stretch Rangers at the back.
So Guido van de Kamp gets an early touch. It's a free kick to Dundee United. Well, the goalkeeper has held off the challenge of Alan Main. So a three-pronged attack without doubt for Dundee United. All three pushing forward there for that free kick. Christian Daly's ability in the air, countered by Richard Gough. So here's McLaren. Neil Murray backtracks to cut him off. The tackle came from Gary Stevens. Ferguson running into trouble, hounded there by Hannah and Brewster. Played back by Hateley to David Robertson. There's McCall. And another good challenge made by Brewster, who's certainly putting himself about up front early in the match for United. 19 goals he scored in his first full season at Tannadice. By far the leading goal scorer for United. And Jury carried the ball out. It's a throw to Dundee United. Gordon Jury looked at the referee there. I think he was hoping for a throw himself. So Van de Kamp gets a touch, and so too does Gordon Petric. This is Brian Welsh, who really has matured immensely this season. Awkward one, and Gary Stevens did well getting to that. There was some uncertainty between Stevens and McPherson. Brewster was hoping to take advantage. Hateley with his shadow, Brian Welsh. The man marking continued by Cleland taking on Gordon Jury on the flank. McInally is on Neil Murray. Hateley's with Welsh. So throw to Rangers. Gary Stevens has missed so much of the season through injury. Found it difficult to get back, but he's here for the cup final. Good long throw. Awkward there from Petric. Van de Kamp's under pressure from McCoist. The referee has given the free kick. But a reminder there for Guido van de Kamp that Mark Hateley's not the only threat when the ball's in the air.
Rangers are always very dangerous at situations like that, because Hateley's prowess in the air, he takes the bigger defenders away, but Alan McCoist clearly fouls the goalkeeper. Here we see it from a different angle, and there it goes right into the box. It's a dangerous position, but goalkeeper actually deals with it not bad until McCoist intervenes.
Charlie McCoist flying left arm, giving that free kick to United. Welsh to Hannah. It's Bowman, good running in the flank by Cleland, who's very nimble indeed, but so too is David Robertson. Well, these two could have been sprinters, Robertson and Cleland. Well, Cleland has really come into his own this season, playing wide on that right flank, has the ability to get up and down, under 21 international. So too is Christian Daly. Back with Bowman. This is Petric. And brought down by Mark Hateley, who complains that he played the ball. Stuart McCall's shake of the head indicates his view.
I think perhaps the referee was right. Just slightly late by Mark Hateley, but nevertheless forced into that defensive role because of Petric's ability to step forward.
Well, the big difference in a continental sweeper is his willingness to spring into midfield and attack whenever he can. Ali Maxwell working hard there on the line to sort out his wall. Brewster and Bowman having a discussion over the ball. The referee wants them to hurry on. There's Brewster. Blocked by Stevens. Well, in the end, a rather orthodox blasted goal there by Brewster. Well, the noise mainly coming from the Rangers end at this stage, with the edge in terms of numbers as far as support is concerned. Dave McPherson passed the fitness test and an injured ankle to play in this match. McLaren has wandered across to the flank. There's Bowman. McCall losing there to Cleland. Determined play by McCall. It was Cleland who was penalised. It's a free kick to Rangers.
Yeah, here we see McCall fighting tirelessly for the ball. Again, the referee's right. He's right on the spot there. He's not going to allow any nonsense early in the game.
Good pass by McPherson to Jury. Here's Ian Ferguson in good position right in the centre of midfield. Breaking on the right is Stevens. The early ball in, met by Morris Malpass, but that was a good sweeping move from Rangers. Morris Malpass doing very well to read the cross from Stevens.
It's good flowing play from Rangers. Here we see Gary Stevens get right up there, sends in a ball, but perhaps Alan McCoist might have been better making a run to the near post there, but nevertheless a dangerous situation.
Gordon Jury with the outswinger. McPherson and Goff are in the area. Away by Petric to Murray. There's Jury again. Led away by Cleland, a miscue, but coming to no harm. That's a poor clearance too, though, by Daly, straight to Murray, but he's robbed by McLaren, who didn't appreciate the tackle from Murray. Brewster backing into Robertson, and the referee sees it another way. He thinks Robertson was the culprit. Free kick's been given. Christian Daly wanted the advantage rule applied here.
Really, I think it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, really. But as I say, the referee's taking a firm stance early in the game. He's not going to take the chance that anything undue is going to happen. But the one thing is that United have been very positive in the start.
Malpass finds Hannah. Here's McInally. Space on the left for McLaren. That's a good cross. Welsh is in the area. Goff's clearance met there by Malpass. Well, appeals for handball, but it certainly appeared to be accidental as Malpass came forward. Here's Petric. Now Hannah. Brewster. Tackled fiercely there by McPherson. McCoy finds Jury in space on the left. Cleland was caught upfield with the attack. Bowman getting back. Oh, it's good play by Jury. Well, United almost caught there on the break with Alec Cleland way upfield as Jury broke on the left.
Well, Rangers system allows for this, and Gordon Jury does very well, takes his man on, but I think he tries a shot from there, and he might have been better advised to lay that in the middle for someone else. You see it from this angle, see him take on Dave Bowman, does well. Didn't have a lot to pass to, but nevertheless, if you're going to have a shot from there, it's really got to hit the target.
Well, a bit more noise coming from the United supporters. I think they have every reason to be encouraged by the approach adopted by their team. Ivan Golats promised a fresh, confident, aggressive approach, and that's just what we've seen so far in the early stages from United. David Robertson's throw, the target is Haitley. McCoist was there with Malpass. The corner kick's been given. Malpass looked aggrieved there. The United skipper playing in his 5th final and still to collect the winner's medal. So Gordon Jury taking them in both flanks. McPherson attacking this. It's off the line. Blocked on the line by McInally. United were exposed there as McPherson got the better of Christian Daly. But on the break, Alec Clan going through the middle. A chance here for United. He's brought down to the back. Referee waves play on as Maxwell falls on the ball. And referee Douglas Hope has his work cut out here to calm the players down. But it was a golden opportunity for Cleland and a very loud appeal for a penalty kick as he was in the act of shooting.
Here we see the pass pushing clear through the middle. There's Alec Cleland going on to the ball. I think he miskicked in actual fact. I think he miskicked and then caused the defenders to run into him.
And there on the goal line was that chance. McPherson's header clearly not over the line. Jim McInally did the job for United. And immediately United were on the attack, and Alec Cleland has gone down very awkwardly there. He was also, I think, trampled on by a few players. They tried to get to the ball. Ivan Golats shaking his head, perhaps thinks that United might have had a penalty kick, but it did appear as though there wasn't any contact.
I honestly think it's a case of the wrong player being in the right position. You know, the difference between being a forward and you get a forward in that situation, he's confident, he knows what he's doing. And I think Alec Cleland made a terrific run, got himself in that position, and then hesitated just that fraction too long.
Well, Alec Cleland, one of those modern, all-round utility players, but the one position he's never been playing on a regular basis is striker, and almost appeared to overrun the pass in the first instance in his anxiety to test Ali Maxwell. Well, early activity for Maxwell, his last cup final appearance was in 1991 when he was the winning side for Motherwell and was the victim of a serious abdominal injury during the match. Here's Daly losing his pace on the right, sending the ball across early. Maxwell making a very good catch, but Brewster and McLaren was supporting, and this is shaping to be a marvellous final.
Well, here we see the good ball in from the wide position. Doesn't really trouble the goalkeeper, but certainly at the minute, with all the credentials here for this being an epic of a final, because within the space of a minute there, we almost had a goal at either end.
Murray lofting that in, and Camp comes to meet it very positively. Quite prepared to take on any physical challenge that might have been offered by Ali McCoist, but McCoist, I think, realised he had no chance of reaching that. That's Petric. Well, there is an aerial threat there from United with Daly and Brewster playing through the middle. Well, Christian Daly's played in central defence a number of times recently for United, but I think that's part of his education. Petric to Malpass. Casual on the ball, robbed by Ferguson. This is McCoist. And Petric makes the tackle outside the box. That's a free kick. Well, an error, a rare error by Maurice Malpass created this opportunity. No argument though about the foul. Well, Maurice Malpass, I'm sure, will be overjoyed to see this free kick cleared up. He was overconfident in possession, trying to roll the ball on the sole of his boot away from Ian Ferguson. That's never an easy task. And the Camp organising a four-man wall. Now David Roberts is hovering here. He may fancy his chances, having scored a couple of spectacular goals in recent weeks. But he's now moving away. It's being left to Haitley, I suspect, unless it's knocked square for Robertson. There's Haitley! Beautifully bent in. Just about a foot too high.
He's certainly got the ability to bend this one in here. It's not all that far away, but not a particularly good wall that United put up. But here we see him, that left foot of his wasn't all that far away.
Christian Daly's head flicked with no colleague able to take any advantage. So Rangers in their familiar 4-4-2 formation. Gordon Jury able to give them an extra attacking player when the opportunity allows. Stevens, Goff, McPherson, Robertson across the back, Murray, Ferguson, McCall and Jury in midfield. McCoist and Haitley up front. David Hanna's header, that's Brewster. McCall backtracking, this is McPherson, taking no chances here. Dave Bowman closing down Maxwell. Haitley under severe pressure there from Welsh, and the throw goes to United. Confirming their line-up, Petric sweeping behind Malpass and Welsh, who are markers on Haitley and McCoist. And then Alec Cleland and Jim McInally in the full-back positions, pushed well forward with Bowman and Hanna in the engine room. Here's Cleland well forward again. That's a good cross, and Ferguson heads it behind. Corner kick conceded. And that leaves United with a front three: Daly, Brewster and McLaren.
Certainly United are doing well come down either flank, and interesting role that the three front players are adopting, because they're creating problems for Rangers fullbacks because they're dragging them away from the position and allowing the attack to come from midfield.
The outswinger this time. Maxwell had no option there but to concede another corner. Andy McLaren's corner kick. And he comes straight across to the left to take an in-swinger for United. Petric is up, so is Welsh. Daly too. Welsh attacking this, did well to reach it. Good header by Welsh. Matching the effort of Dave McPherson recently at the other end. And Richard Goff with a calm header, finds his goalkeeper to take the strain off the Rangers defence.
It's a good effort from Big Welsh here, because he gets up and amongst a whole posse of players there. Reminds Rangers of his ability in there.
Poor kick out there by Maxwell, coming to no harm though. Ferguson wouldn't be denied there. Here's Neil Murray. Well, he scored in last year's final against Aberdeen with something of a miss kick. That one he hit more sweetly, but off target.
Well, Rangers are taking advantage of the fact that United have got the three men back, and their midfield players are trying to break into that space on either side. They're trying to be less predictable. Obviously they're looking to get Jury running at Alec Cleland, and they're looking for Neil Murray to fill in the spaces on this right hand side.
McPherson's header, there's Bowman. Forward goes Cleland once again, met by Robertson. Well, they're having a fine old tussle when United come forward. The throw finds Daly. Nimble footwork from the big striker, and a good cross in. There's Brewster, and Goff was with him. Brewster getting to his feet.
Daly's done well in that wide position. He gets a good ball in here, and really Craig Brewster will be a bit annoyed with himself for not getting a better header there. It's a good ball, it's well within his capabilities of getting a good header here, but he gets underneath the ball just a little bit.
Good flank play there by Christian Daly. Cleland getting up well to that. Well, a fascinating battle developing here. No question about the commitment of both sides to the cause and the confidence being displayed. Brewster doing well against Goff. Robertson, the clearing player, earning a goal kick off Daly. Christian Daly and Craig Brewster certainly causing problems for the Rangers defence with their mobility, confidence, their strength. And Craig Brewster continuing the rich vein of form he's shown since coming back to full fitness just before the end of last year. McLaren with Stevens. Now McCall. That's Murray. Jury's layoff. Here's McCall again. Good possession play by Rangers, probing for an opening. David Robertson well forward. Jury comes off his marker. It's back with McPherson. Stevens on the right, calling for the ball. Ferguson trying to find him now. Well, Stevens wanted that ball played across a good deal earlier when Dave McPherson was in possession. 10 years ago, he played in the Everton side, which beat Watford at Wembley in the FA Cup final. Well, Dave McPherson, the closest effort yet for Rangers with that header which beat Van de Kamp and was cleared off the line by McInally. Brewster again causing problems for Goff. That's Petric. Advantage will apply there. It would have been a foul, I think, on Bowman. There's no offside here. Flat back four is beaten here as Dilly plays the ball in. That's great handling by Maxwell. Well, he took a knock there, but it was terrific play on the flank again from Dundee United.
Here we see him breaking through, breaking that away position. Really, he tries to get onto the ball early because that says he's got men free. All credit to Alan Maxwell. Comes out, smothers it, takes it in a very difficult situation and clears the danger.
Damage here inflicted in both Ali Maxwell and Gary Stevens, who came hurtling in there. Both players requiring some attention now as a result of that. But a reminder also, Billy, to Rangers about the dangers of the flat back four and the offside trap.
Well, that's right. We've got to pay credit to United front three because they're working Rangers back four very hard indeed. And Christian Daly in particular has been a real threat to them, a real live wire. He's using his pace well. Here we see Ali Maxwell come out there, takes that ball in a very difficult situation.
Well, Daly again with tremendous pace up front, breaking through that static back line of the Rangers defence. And Ivan Golat has every reason, I think, to be pleased with his team's opening quarter. And Ali Maxwell, who was a hero, his last cup final visit here 3 years ago for Motherwell, continuing in similar fashion this afternoon. That really was top-class handling for that driven cross. Gary Stevens, I can tell you, is having to work hard now to run off some damage. Suggestion, in fact, that he has changed position temporarily to take him out of the defensive line. Ian Ferguson dropped back to right back. Here he is in trouble against McLaren. McLaren's early cross, and a brilliant effort from Daly. Once again, the pace and the adventure of Dundee United, so effective.
Got this pace down either side here, and this is a very good ball into the middle. Christian Daly makes a good front post run, doesn't quite direct the head the way he wanted it. But a good cross in, look at that, good left foot. There it gets onto it, ahead of Rangers defenders. And really those front three for United are causing Rangers back for all sorts of problems at this particular stage.
Well, Daly again very close to scoring there, but I'm certain Rangers are going to make a substitution. Ian Ferguson at right back, and Gary Stevens is pushed forward there to a wide right midfield position. It's like the old days with no subs when the injured player went on the wing. That's what he's done. And now Rangers have made a further change. They've moved Stuart McCall to right back and Ferguson back into midfield. And Alexei Mikhailchenko has been called up to change, to come on, as Van de Kamp takes the pass back. Well, let's hope for United's sake that was deliberate. McInally's pass finds Hannah in midfield, the youngest player in the field, 19 years old. It's back with Petric. Through the middle it goes for McLaren. He's found a gap there. Goff and McCall in some misunderstanding. Jury has switched across to the Rangers' right, followed by Alec Cleland. McInally has gone to the left with Murray. And I suspect that Murray may go to right back when Mikhailchenko comes on. But Gary Stevens is clearly now a passenger. A tackle from Goff. The ball reaches Bowman. Over to the far side, Jim McInally. Here's David Hannah. Brewster coming off McPherson. Space here for Bowman. It's patient play now from United. That's Daly, the head flick on, looking for Brewster. It's delightful play once again from Dundee United. The Rangers fans howling there as Maxwell goes down. He's playing that out to allow the change to be made for Rangers. And the alteration is the unlucky Gary Stevens hurtling off. Walter Smith reorganising the Rangers lineup. Well, it's been a very difficult season for Gary Stevens, who was indestructible for so many years. And now he goes off and Mikhailchenko comes on. And confirmation of the alteration is Neil Murray at right back, Gordon Jury wide right, Mikhailchenko wide left, and the midfield restored to normal with Ferguson and McCall in the centre. But with Walter Smith down there at the track, there's a clear indication that he is concerned about how the game has gone in the opening 25 minutes. Swift tackle there by Cleland. But both Cleland and McInally comfortable on both sides of the field. That's why they switched with the men they were originally allocated, but McInally now has to deal with Mikhailchenko. Yes, Hateley. Led away by Cleland. Here's Goff with time. Former Dundee United player, of course. That's why he gets such treatment from the United supporters. Now Bowman. McInally breaking on the right. How he relishes those occasions with so much at stake. Brewster. Breaks back for Hannah. Calm and assured in midfield. Remarkable for one so young. And this is Christian Daly. Played in early, looking for Brewster. It's good marking by Goff. Didn't allow Brewster to go across his bows. Now a chance for McCall to come charging forward. Superb play by Petric. Makes it all look so easy. That's one for McLaren to chase. Murray beats him to it. Murray and McLaren were teammates in that under-16 Scotland side in 1989. No scoring. 27th minute of the match. But no lack of entertainment, no lack of quality football, and it is a real contest out there. Anyone who thought that this would be a comfortable game for Rangers, they can have all those thoughts wiped away by this sprightly start from United. Narrowed by Hannah. That was McCall. McCoy says Hateley making the run through the middle. He was going offside. That's why McCoy's kept possession. Mikhailchenko. Great pass from McCoist. And very good marking indeed by Maurice Malpass. A splendid run made by McCoist, but the experience of Malpass and the awareness was evident there. Very important piece of defending by the United captain. Bowman, one of the three players who appeared in the 1991 final against Motherwell, along with Malpass and McInally. Apart from that, it's all change. So the adjustments made by United have been kept to a minimum. Simply switched Alec Cleland to the left back position to stay with Gordon Jury. McInally at right back, advanced right back against Mikhailchenko. Otherwise, no change required by United to cope with these Rangers alterations. Cleland in there, caught by Jury in the act of clearing. Rangers now trying to settle in midfield to begin to dominate with Ferguson and McCall. That's the target. Hasn't been easy though against Bowman and Hannah. Goff to McPherson. McCall over on the left. That's a very good ball into space for Hateley. And that was very close indeed, and I think Guido van de Kamp was taken completely by surprise there. I'm not at all sure he would have saved that had it been inside the post.
He certainly was a very confident goalkeeper, because here we see the shot going right across the face of goals. He obviously knew exactly where he was, but certainly took it very calmly, didn't he?
Very calmly indeed. Fine running. Brian Welsh won't be happy to allow Hateley that couple of yards he made in the run. Well, he's certainly mobile up front, the big striker. Well, the clearance from Maxwell, not too decisive. Frustration there for McLaren. I think he took his eye off the ball to see where Jury was, who was putting him under pressure. McCoist losing out there to Hannah. Now McLaren. Fine running by McLaren. That's a great cross in, too close to Maxwell. Unless there had been a near post runner for United. Very two-footed, very quick and very skillful, Andy McLaren.
He does very well here, but lays the cross in far too near the goalkeeper. You've got to bring them away from the goalkeeper, else eliminate them altogether, but still showing some enterprise on that wide position.
Came off the head of McPherson. He knew exactly where Robertson was, I think. Brian Welsh's clearing header, collected by McCall. Mikalichenko's return pass. McCall becoming more influential now. Here's Petric. Always appears to be strolling, but that's a bit casual, the clearance. Mikalichenko. That's very well read again by Malpass. Outstanding defending by Maurice Malpass once again. Reading that 1-2 so effectively. This is Robertson. Gap opens up. Well, he seems to be off balance in the act of shooting. May regret not continuing the run.
Yeah, it's a good run by David Robertson. Doesn't quite get in a position to hit a shot, but at the end of the day it comes to not a lot. But that introduction of Mikalichenko has actually helped Rangers, because it's given them a whole lot more width. It's stretching Dundee United just a little bit, and they're now able to make use of Haley's pace up front, Jury's pace in the wide position, and Mikalichenko's ability to pass the ball.
Brewster totally uncompromising there, challenging Goff. This is Daly, now McLaren. Trying to bend one in toward the top corner, I think. Didn't quite come off. McLaren, Welsh with Hateley. Welsh with the clearance. So in midfield, David Hannah plays it back to Malpass. He's under pressure there from McCoist. Goff and Daly then clash. The pace in the match so far has been unrelenting. And indeed, with the prospects, if required, of extra time, stamina could be a big factor. Malpass back to McLaren. Hannah with Malpass. Good play by Bowman up front, finding a gap, receiving the pass. That's Cleland available. An easy one for McPherson to clear. In comes Malpass again, having an outstanding match for Dundee United. Looking for the return from Brewster. Overhit. Well, that's an indication of the total football being played by Dundee United. Maurice Malpass, McCoist's marker, becoming involved in the build-up whenever he can. And he immediately has been replaced by Dave Bowman in the marking role on McCoist. And that's excellent play by United. And by Dave Bowman, showing maturity and experience there. He knew that Malpass couldn't get back. And indeed, there may require to be some attention for one of the United players here. So the referee stops the play. And it's Malpass, in fact, who requires some attention here. Well, he was heavily involved in that little burst of play and may well have taken a knock. Well, perhaps just requires a rest after his labours in the last 5 minutes or so. United supporters entitled to feel very happy at this stage. Their team is very much in this match. So Malpass recovers. Pensive Rangers supporters look on as the match will restart with a Rangers throw taken by Jury. Looking for Hateley. Put his head to that. McPherson attacks the ball. Still McPherson. And it was turned over there by Jim McInally. Well, McPherson coming close again.
Rangers' threat is apparent with these high balls. Dave McPherson does well to get his head to that, does well to get shot in. Jim McInally does well to clear it from easily in front of his goalkeeper.
Jury's corner, met by Petric. That was Bowman. Daly trying to find McLaren. Murray picks it up. This is Ferguson. Well, Mikhalichenko complaining bitterly to Ferguson. He didn't receive a pass on the left wing, and he has a complaint, I think, Billy.
Well, that's right, not just Mikhalichenko, but I think Mark Haitley was only occupying the defender to allow the pass to be made. So really, both of them certainly made their disapproval noted.
Good play by McCoist, winning that from Bowman. Forward goes Robertson. Reading that tackle from McInally. That's for Haitley. Welsh did well. So did Hannah. Collected here by McCall. Jury makes an angle on the right, followed by his marker McClelland. Jury did well. So did Malpass. And Robertson put under pressure there by Christian Daly. Well, Guido van de Kamp has had some anxious moments, especially when the ball's been in the air towards Dave McPherson. Goff did well to head that clear. Bowman putting Robertson under pressure. Here's McCall again, resisting the tackle from Daly. Well, Maxwell never at his happiest in that position. Not the strongest part of his game by any means. Came off Jury for the throw to United. Jury showing his versatility, crossing to the right to replace Murray, who's now at right back, in place of Gary Stevens. Rangers have the throw. Here's Neil Murray. Now Petric. Well, those long raking passes looking for Christian Daly. Well, young David Hannah operating head-to-head against Ian Ferguson, and he has settled extremely well in the number 8 jersey, which would have been worn by Billy McKinlay. Goal kick to United, but really, to what extent do you think, Billy, that David Hannah has been adequately able to replace McKinlay?
Well, I think he's done a nice marking job. He's been very competitive in midfield. But I think the biggest thing that he's got to do is sit in that area in front of his back 3 players and not allow the Rangers midfield players, the central midfielders, to get possession when Haitley gets balls played up to him, because then they'll be able to introduce the players on either side of him and get the type of crosses in that Haitley would feed on. And it's important they don't relinquish ground in there. It's important they don't lose any territory.
Chance on here for Brewster. He'll be very disappointed indeed about that, because when Goff headed that softly into his path, he had a chance for a dipping volley with Maxwell off his line.
Yes, Brewster and Daly have done very well. They've pushed onto Rangers' last players very effectively. They've created awkward situations for them, and here we see Brewster get onto it. Knowing the way that he can strike the ball, he'll be very disappointed with that finishing effort.
And Ivan Golat certainly displayed his displeasure when Brewster shot that over. Clearly believed he had exactly the right man in the right place for that opportunity. Here's Stuart McCall. Goff breaks in the back for the first time in the match. He's got lots of space. Over to the far side is Mikhalichenko. Petric laying that down to McInally. Tackle was made by Haitley. The throw to United. That sort of breaking play from Goff could make a difference, because the organisation of United is very effective indeed, but with one of the 2 big central defenders breaking, it makes an extra man in that area. Reminds people like Brewster and Daly they may have some backtracking work to do. There's David Robertson whipping in the cross towards McCoist. Malpass inevitably is there again. McPherson going for the long ball towards Hateley. Welsh did well again. Well, Brian Welsh having another fine match, and that marking role on Hateley. Perhaps the least enviable task in Scottish football at the moment. Well, Van de Kamp showing his discomfort there too. Well, Brian Welsh contributed so much to getting his team here, and then has the task of coping with Mark Hateley in the final. Well, there may be more work for Welsh here, marking Hateley for this long throw from Robertson. He's won it again. Out there to Ferguson. There's Mikhalichenko breaking wide and clear in the end, with the linesman's flag staying down to the annoyance of the United players. Well, perhaps the best opening so far falling to Mikhalichenko.
It's a header out by Brian Welsh, but there, that's that area it's important not to lose. But certainly looked to me as though Mikhalichenko might have been in offside position, but all credit to the goalkeeper for getting down and smothering it.
United scrambling the ball away, allowing Daly to take this for a run. That's a good change of pace. Very quick indeed, runs very well with the ball at his feet. Combination of Ferguson and McCall halting his progress. Hanna did well on Ferguson. That's Brewster. Daly again. Throw goes to United, and Neil Murray almost getting himself into trouble there. Looked as though they were going to kick the ball towards the referee, then realised the kind of trouble that would have given him. Here's Daly again, using Cleland as a decoy that time. Malpass strongly in on McCoy's. That's Bowman. And now Petric. There's David Robertson. 5 minutes left in the first half, or 4.5 minutes. United and Rangers all square, but Brewster trying to change that, coming forward, taking on McPherson. And a brilliant save from Maxwell. Well, that's the kind of form that Craig Brewster's been showing all season. It could so easily have given United the lead, but for the heroics of Maxwell.
This is what he's done particularly well. He's drifted just away from his marker, but he's good at coming at that, steps across him and strikes a good shot. But all credit to Ali Maxwell, makes a good save at a very important time.
Walsh winning that, Maxwell under pressure, and the whistle goes for the challenge inside the area by Bowman on McCoist. Well, Davy Bowman has been outstanding again for United too, as Welsh plays that in. Bowman piling in here on top of McCoist.
Well, it's a competitive game, Jock, isn't it? It's a cup final, they want to win, and really in the middle of the pitch that might not have been a foul.
Bowman with Ferguson. Neil Murray holding off Daly. This time United allowing Maxwell a little bit of time on the ball. Well, the way things have been going in the first half, surprising they've allowed him so much time. Malpass with a header. Goff playing it to Robertson. Malpass quickly to McCoist again. That's Mikhalichenko to McCall. Robertson racing forward on the left. And there's no infringement there. Referee Hope could scarcely have been better positioned. Didn't appreciate that dive, McInally, by Robertson.
Yeah, once again the referee's got it exactly right, but I think Jim McInally's expression on his face said it all, didn't it?
Great competitor, Jim McInally. Clearly enjoying himself. The referee, Douglas Hope, having a fine match in his last appointment before retirement. Hateley stopped brilliantly there by Welsh. Welsh again. This is Brewster. We're into the final minute of the first half. The first half which has passed very swiftly indeed. McPherson's clearance. Malpass, I think, hoped to be able to head that back to his goalkeeper. Petric calmly out to Malpass. Malpass again. Bowman comes short. Makanichenko did well there. He can't reach that. A sliced pass by McCall. Well, looks to be all square at half-time, Billy. Fair reflection?
Well, I think United might, well, look at the couple of chances that they created. They certainly created the clearer chances than Rangers. They might regret not having taken one of them. But certainly it's been a very entertaining game, and I think there's a lot more excitement to come.
Here's Jim McInally. Playing it long, looking for McLaren. So a throw to Rangers. David Robertson takes it. That's Billy Bowman's clearing header. Now McCall showing his typical grit and determination. Well shot well again with Haitley. Jury has Murray breaking on the right. He has some space here. Daly tries to get back. The clearance again came from Malpass. Managed to avoid a corner too, playing it straight back where it came from. It's a throw to Rangers. Jury offers a long throw option on the right, just as Robertson does on the left. We're into stoppage time in the first half. Came off Pellet's head. Petric fouled by McPherson. Free kick to United. Well, Dave McPherson clearly fancies his chances inside the area in the air. He's had a couple of very good attempts so far. Petric, the essence of coolness in the heart of that United defence. We've had a little bit of injury time in the first half, that's why the game continues. Cleland with a throw. Here's Brewster. And Alec Cleland collects the ball for the referee. It's half-time. An excellent 10 in Scottish Cup final. Jim McInally, a hero for United, clearing a Dave McPherson header off the line. And then Craig Brewster coming very close towards half-time with that searing drive, brilliantly parried by Ali Maxwell. It really has been a terrific first half, and United have really promised and delivered. Second half about to unfold. Referee Douglas Hope checks his watch. And Rangers get it away, and it will be fascinating to see what kind of alterations may have been made tactically by either side. The managers, Walter Smith and Ivan Golats, would have had a lot of work to do at half-time. From the Dundee United point of view, I suspect it would have been a question of looking for more of the same. There goes Daly, and Maxwell coming to the edge of the area. Daly's pace is undoubtedly a major threat. He's back on the right where he started the match, playing against David Robertson. Maxwell realising the danger coming out. It's back now with Jim McInally, who's continuing at right back. Long range effort there by David Hanna. Plenty of pace in the header. Young player signed from Hamilton Thistle, the nursery, which also provided Billy McKinlay.
He's done well. He's got himself in the edge of the box, but that kind of header's not really going to trouble a goalkeeper of Maxwell's quality.
The Rangers supporters trying to give some vocal assistance to their favourites. The start of the second half. Brewster judging that well, getting it ahead of Goff. Here's Neil Murray, put under pressure by McLaren. That'll be a throw to Rangers. Oh, the bubbly character, full of confidence, and very good close control. Gately's layoff. Here goes McCoist, cut off swiftly by Bowman. It's 8 years to the day since Jim McInally and Dave Bowman signed. I need a chance for Christian Daly. Has he scored? Brewster has! United are ahead! A disaster for Ali Maxwell. 2 minutes into the second half. Craig Brewster gets his 20th goal of the season. Ivan Golad celebrates, and Rangers wonder how it happened. It was amazing the way in which this should never have been a problem for Rangers. The pass back from McPherson. It was driven against Daly by Maxwell. He couldn't recover. Daly hit the ball off the post. The supporting player was Brewster. And Dundee United are in front.
David McPherson just a little bit careless with the pass back, and you see it. Maxwell hits it off him. Unlucky not to collect the ball, but all credit to Christian Daly. Gets here, sees against, and I think I could have scored from there.
Well, the score line changes. Craig Brewster, the man most likely always for Dundee United, puts them ahead. There's Golan Petric. Now Daly taking his eye off the ball. Karachenko finds Robertson. Slice clearance there, but the offside flag was up against McCoist. Well, that goal again. It's back with Maxwell. He's never been happy with the ball in that position. He couldn't gather it again when he had a second chance. Daly did well to keep that across the goal, and the first player to react was Brewster. Well, the feeling was, Billy, that the first goal in this final would be absolutely crucial, and United have got it.
Well, the old United under Jim McLean, certainly if they got the first goal, then life was very distinctly uncomfortable. But this side has played well. They played well enough to deserve to be in the lead, and I don't think the Rangers can grudge them that. But a little bit of carelessness between Dave McPherson and Ali Maxwell. Perhaps a bit unlucky, but all credit to United, and I think they really deserve at this stage to be in the lead.
Well, Rangers can be depended upon to come back in determined fashion. Jury goes down there under pressure from Cleland, who wanted a free kick. Referee Hope was not interested. Well, United supporters in full voice now. But they've been ahead in finals before here at Hampden. They've had the game snatched away. Ferguson under pressure. Here's Stuart McCall playing it forward. No, that's gone for the goal kick, but United have had the lead against Celtic a couple of times in cup finals and been caught in the late stages. 1985 and 1988. And Stuart McCall's energy and dynamic approach in midfield will be essential now. Well, it's a splendid setting for a final. throw by Malpass. And there's no indication from the bench, from the United bench, that any change is appropriate. But Walter Smith is clearly anxious about the way the game is running. Came off McPherson. It's away by Daly. Brewster trying to turn away from two markers. Good play by Hannah, determined in midfield. Surging forward. Good play by the youngster. He wants the ball back from McLaren. Clashing there with Goff and winning a corner kick, and that was terrific play by young David Hannah. Ivan Golat tinkering there with Gordon Wallace at number 2 behind him. David Neary also there. Wow, he really has become better and better as the game has gone on, Hannah. Corner by McLaren. Hakely back defending, that's Jim McInally. Well, a reasonable chance. Taking the ball in the drop with Hakely closing him down, though. He would have been conscious of that.
Yeah, I think United will face a torrid assault by Rangers in the latter parts of the game, but what Rangers have got to find is really a little bit of guile to unlock the United at the back, because really they haven't succeeded in getting in behind them, and that is something I think they're going to have to look for, such as Mikhailichenko, to start putting passes in that are going to trouble United, because up till now Petric has simply strolled at the back and controlled the game.
So Richard Goff with the free kick. Welsh comes to meet it. One of a number of heroes in United colours this afternoon. Wide for Cleland. McLaren is away from Murray. Fine play by the youngster on the flank. Support arriving in the middle. And Maxwell forced to turn that away from the top corner. But it wasn't the best of crosses by McLaren, having slipped his man brilliantly in the first instance.
It's a nice bit of skill on the halfway line there, and he takes it. There's one thing in his mind, he wants to get in there, put in a good cross. I don't think this is what really had in mind, but he almost caught Alan Maxwell advancing off his line.
Clarence corner. Neither Haitley nor Welsh could get to that. That's Stuart McCall. Breaks for Jury. He's hustled there by Welsh. Now McInally. Clearance by Murray, reaches Cleland. Over on the far side is McLaren, who clearly fancies his chances on that flank against Murray. Couldn't make headway that time. Welsh again, winning that little joust with Haitley. And it's hard to recall Haitley being played any better than this at any time in the season, Billy.
Well, certainly we haven't seen an awful lot from him, but he's got some sympathies as far as I'm concerned, because really with his ability, the Rangers have got to try and get in behind defence and put crosses in front of the goals that he can go and meet. But certainly Brian Welsh has really worked him very hard, staying very close to him, but you know, with a player of Haitley's quality, you're always aware of the fact that the game isn't finished yet, and you've got to be very, very conscientious that you don't make any mistake between now and then. Goff scooping the ball forward. Malpass beats McCoist in the air, but this is Mikhailichenko. Robertson sprinting forward. One reason why Christian Daly's out there is to match these runs. That came off Welsh. Well, it's clearly a consideration before the match. Davy Dodds, the Rangers coach, out there in the track. Andrew Waddle, the fourth official, waving him back. Davy Dodds, like Archie Knox, Billy Kirkwood and Walter Smith and the Rangers coaching staff, have been losing United sides in finals. Archie Knox and Walter Smith together in 1974, in a match in which Celtic won by 3-0. Here's Stuart McCall. That's good play to the byline. Mikhailichenko! And saved by Van de Kamp. The save of the match so far, without question, denying Alexei Mikhailichenko. Superb play by McCall. It's one of the few occasions that Rangers have got to that byline. There's Mikhailichenko, hits the ball so well, but what a save from Van de Kamp.
Well, how vital that might be before the end. Here's Jury driving it in low this time. Bowman makes the clearance. United looking for relief now, finding Brewster up front. Now Cleland. Daly calls to the ball on the right. Goff read that well to come across. Robertson preferred not to use the pass back. Murray had no qualms though. Maxwell in his weaker foot, the left. McInally's header. That's Daly. A miscue there by Daly. Made it easy for Ali Maxwell. So the save by Van de Kamp, to be seen from behind the goal, was Mikhailchenko, who struck this superbly. It really was a remarkable save. Played back there by Murray, under pressure from McLaren. It's a free kick.
Yeah, it's just a tussle for the ball. The referee's right. I thought he might have allowed Rangers advantage there, but
free kick played in. Van de Kamp, full of confidence now, comes to collect. Well, I made reference to that 1974 final, and I think there was a certain centre half in the winning side sitting close by.
Yeah, those were the days. Wish it was tomorrow.
That's Jury, robbed by Cleland. So, Rangers 0, Dundee United 1. Close to half to the hour mark. The scorer was Craig Brewster in 47 minutes. Here comes McPherson. Forced to go back, using Murray and Ferguson. That's a good pass. Here's McPherson in space. This is a good cross. Malpass at full stretch. Well, some very hopeful appeals from the Rangers supporters for handball there, but never going to impress referee Hope. The throw to United. Well, the man of the match competition will be very hotly contested. A number of candidates out there. At this stage, in fairness, I think more of them wearing tangerine. Here's Gordon Jury. That's good play. Space in the left now for Mikhailchenko. This is promising for Rangers. Well, his teammates aren't pleased with him. Inside he had Jury, McCoy, Haitley and Ferguson. He really had to play that across the front of the goal.
Yeah, he gets himself in a good position, but if he's going to elect to have a shot, he's got to get across the face of the goal with it. He might get a deflection, but again, it's good play from Rangers. And you see Haitley peeling off just a little bit at the back. Perhaps that might be the right thing to do.
Goff's commanding header, returned by Cleland. Here's space for McPherson. Well, the little problem for Dundee United is to what extent they should hold what they have, and to what extent should they come looking for a second. Being pushed back now by Rangers, as you would expect. There's Jury. Well, it came back off McCoy's. Welsh's header striking the Rangers striker. The Rangers redoubling their efforts.
This is a better ball into the middle, but I think Brian Welsh, who's had a good match, come and attacks it. Gordon Jury's on the edge of the box, but that angle he's never going to control it and get over the top of it.
Well, it was 1974 when United came here first. They lost to Celtic. They came back in 81 and lost to Rangers in a replay. Then back in 85, losing to Celtic. 87 to St Mirren, 88 to Celtic, 91 to Motherwell. Could this be the breakthrough? Robertson to Mikhailchenko. Now McCall. McCoy losing his footing there. He tried to tame the ball, knowing Malpass was right behind him. Chance on here for Bowman. It's a great pass by Malpass. Maxwell fully committed. He had to be. The referee takes the linesman's indication that it is a goal kick. Well, I think, in fact, in fairness to the linesman and referee, that Maxwell played this against Bowman.
All credit to Alan Maxwell. You know, he recovered it, and he did well there, because had David Bowman got a hold of it, it had Craig Brewster up in support, and really Dave Bowman's taken a little bit of a chance arguing with the linesman at this stage.
Especially when he appears to have been perfectly correct. Here's Haitley on the run, a chance on here. It's taken out of the play by Malpass. Well, That's at least a yellow card. I don't think it'll be a red one. There were other defenders around and he was going away from goal. But Maurice Malpass called across by Dougie Hope. That'll be a very calm one. The yellow card is shown, and that, I think, complies with the rules all right.
I think he's correct, but Maurice Malpass didn't really need to do it, I don't think, because Gordon Petries were in a covering position, and then again he doesn't see what's behind him.
So Malpass living dangerously there. First booking of the match. And the first blight really on what has been a magnificent performance from the United skipper. Here's a chance though for Rangers. Could be Jury, could be Ferguson. It's Ferguson. Now McCall. Here's Jury. Playing it against Jim McInally for the corner. Richard Goff immediately comes sprinting forward. Waves David Robertson back to defend. Jury towards Haitley. Welsh is there first. Bowman, brave as a lion as usual, wins it from Ferguson. Too long from McCall, looking for Haitley. Well, the problem you wondered about before the game was whether Rangers, after 5 indifferent performances to the end of the season, could lift themselves for one great performance again at the end.
Well, I think it's always a question, and in the cup final you've got to lift yourself. But certainly United have played well. Let's not forget that fact. They really have set Rangers problems. They've come out, they've played positively, they've picked up at the back fine, but Petries has swept well behind those two markers, and the midfield players have been very, very competitive.
Here's one of them, David Hanna, tackled extremely well by Ferguson. Here's Mikhalichenko. Now McCall. This is Goff pushing forward. Had to hurry there. Brewster coming across. Ferguson having to double back. This is McPherson. Confident play by McPherson. Mikhalichenko has Robertson as a decoy. Now he uses him. Well, he fooled even Robertson. Ivan Golat's not happy there with his defence. I wonder if that was in English.
Well, certainly he'll be disappointed because we see Rangers are getting into good position now. I think David Roberts should be demanding this ball there, not maybe expecting. He should be demanding it. Say, go and put it in front of me, let me go in and have a shot or have a cross. But he did neither. At the end of the day, it came to nothing.
Oh, Goff beating Brewster in the air. That's Haitley's header. Here's McCall bursting forward. Checks out to use Mikhalichenko. McCall wants it again. Petric standing up, making certain there's no rash tackle, conceding a penalty, and makes a good one for the corner. Walter Smith now down there, clearly agitated. Things not going well for Rangers. They're certainly taking initiative now and piling on some pressure. But they're a goal behind. Van de Kamp flying out for that. Well, his save from Mikhalichenko may well turn out to be crucial.
I think this is very important for a team. They're in the lead, they know they're going under pressure. When the goalie starts coming out and taking balls like that, then they feel good, they feel confident.
There goes McLaren, not quite enough room there, but a very good change of pace. He's a fine young player, this, with a big future, Andy McLaren.
Yeah, he's very positive, just runs out of space here just a little bit. Not all that far away from getting to that line and being in a good position.
Hanna's header, time here for Goff. Back to Maxwell. Now McClellan hooking the ball forward. Well, McLaren was waiting for that. Murray wasn't. So it's a throw to Rangers. Maurice Malpass for that key role, looking after McCoist. Murray's header. Here's Haitley. Into the path of Jury it goes. This is Mikhalichenko. Trying to pick out a good pass. And then going for the shot, but in fairness to him that time, there wasn't an easy pass on. The marking was very tight indeed among the United defenders.
Yeah, you can see how congested the box is there. Interesting enough, you never get the impression that Mykolenko is going to hit a good shot with his right foot. Such a talented player and taking a big influence on the game at this stage.
And there could be, of course, a dramatic entry before the end if things stay the same by Duncan Ferguson for Rangers, who's on the bench. Here's Mykolenko. That's from McCoist. Well, he had options. He had Jury to his right. Haley had gone to the left.
But again, we see the involvement of Mykolenko. Picks out McCoist beautifully here, and I don't think there's ever any second thoughts in Alan McCoist's mind there. He's going to have a crack from inside the box, and he scored so often from that position, you can't blame him.
All United showing a few signs here of letting things slip a little. I know the side a goal behind is bound to be pushing forward to get back, but United just losing a little bit of the way at the moment. They've been so convincing in the opening hour. Petric lofting that forward. This is when the leadership of men like Malpass and Bowman and McInally will be so important. Malpass doing well again. Hanna did well to let that get back to Bowman. This is McLaren. He was quicker than Murray, but he gave the Rangers man too much of a start that time. That's Ferguson. In midfield is McCall. McPherson's going forward. Mykolenko wants to become much more involved. He certainly does have the kind of craft which could open up a defence. Ferguson. This is McCall. Good defending by Welsh. Standing his ground strongly there. McCall again. Looking for movement. He gets it from Jury. McInally sticking with him all the way there. David Robertson looking, I think, for Haley. McPherson also offering himself. Haley the target. He got to that. Well, just the moment when you want that landing at your top striker. Reaches the centre half. Well, he has been perhaps the most dangerous goal threat to United all day, Dave McPherson.
United's always got to be aware that Haley's good at that, backing into centre, sends it across here, but I'm not sure they will get that many centre forwards. It might have finished with a plumb from there.
Boosted up well against McPherson. We're into the final quarter of the 90 minutes. Well, Petric relieved, I think, there. The scoreline tells the story. United leading by a goal to nil, provided by Craig Brewster. Ferguson making room for himself. That's a careless pass though. Brewster was strong on the tackle. Powerful figure. Needs support. Loses his right boot. Clearly the heel was off there. He got rid of it so they could make the pass. Means he's out of the penalty box. Back here with Cleland. Now Hanna. Fine play by the youngster. Now McLaren. Taking on Murray. Looking for a good cross. Here's Brewster. Back to McInally. Shooting chance on here. Well, engineered the opening very well indeed, McInally. Headed pass back from Petric. Totally secure.
It's a good back post cross, and when the ball comes down to Jim McInally, he knows what he's doing. He's hoping that he gets a good shot in there, but it's not really one that's going to trouble the goalkeeper. Nevertheless, another threat from United.
Bit of jersey pulling there, clearly by McLaren. The Rangers have a free kick. Goff's in a hurry, not surprisingly. Awkward there for McInally. That's Mykolenko almost taking a head off Malpass. Well, that was fortunate for United. It was struck very, very well by Mykolenko. Malpass still on the ground here. And Rangers keeping the ball in play. Malpass is on the deck as Goff uses McPherson. And McPherson reacts to the request from the referee to send the ball out. They'll no doubt get possession back from United when the throw is taken. A blow to the side of the head there for Malpass. He should recover all right.
And Mikhailichenko controls it very well, hits it so well from there, and it's perhaps fortunate for United that Maurice Malpass was in the way, but let's hope it recovers quickly.
Gordon Wallace there with Ivan Golat. David Neary also offering advice to the young United players. They have 3 players in the side this afternoon who are 20 or under. And Duncan Ferguson now being prepared for action by Archie Knox. Jaron Nixon also warming up. So the prospect now of a dramatic late entrance from Duncan Ferguson in particular. Ferguson playing it long, and here's Mikhailichenko back to Haitley. Relief for Van de Kamp. The weaker side, the right, when he hit that, he certainly troubled the keeper.
Again, Mikhailichenko is involved right in the heat of everything, but Mark Haitley with his right foot, and Van de Kamp just gets that little bit of luck that maybe he's entitled to.
Well, there was a layoff from Mikhailichenko, who is certainly a threat now to United. It's hit very well by Haitley. So Goff retrieves. Rangers prepare to bring on Duncan Ferguson. McPherson comes charging forward. Well, that's good running by McPherson. Now assessing the options, going for the byline. Denied by Petric. Superb defending. Now the counter-attack is on. Brewster's on his own though. Hustled by Ian Ferguson. Good play by Brewster. Hanna. Excellent football from Dundee United's youngster in midfield. Here's McInally. Picking out the run made by Bowman. That was the one he went for. Goff did well for Rangers. Malpass up there with McCoy. This is Jury. They want to test the pace of Cleland, but he's got plenty of that, the young United defender. So the change is being made now by Rangers.
Yeah, good shot. We see it again, but Van de Kamp lets it run under his body, but recovers to take it away.
Ali McCoy's withdrawn. The Rangers supporters not too happy about that. And the replacement is Duncan Ferguson, the most controversial figure in Scottish football just now. He has the chance to put one over his old teammates. Spent the season with Rangers from Dundee United, played in the Cup final of 1991 in the first half, and then had to go off injured. And he's involved straight away. He's offside though. Flag was up. Free kick to United. Well, the prospect of Duncan Ferguson turning this game around for Rangers really is a fascinating one in all the circumstances.
Well, certainly United can expect an aerial bombardment now, and with Brian Welsh occupied with Mark Haitley, it's going to be interesting to see who'll pick Ferguson up.
Well, it's going to be Gordon Petric by the look of the reorganisation made by Dundee United, and Malpass has gone to sweeper. Well, matching the physique. Welsh is still with Haitley, and it's Mikhailichenko who's taken a more central role, followed though by Jim McInally. So United countering all those tactical manoeuvres from Rangers. Here's Bowman. Couldn't quite get a grip of the ball. There's going to be an onslaught from Rangers, I think, before the end. A little over a quarter of an hour remaining. 1-0 to United. Here's Robertson over on the right. Never quite so comfortable there. Well, David Robertson has been given the licence to go wandering over there to the far side. Oh, good of Van de Kamp. That bit of fortune, which good goalkeepers require. Brewster with Goff. Haitley's layoff, missing out McCall. Here's Petric. Offside clearly against Brewster. The Rangers back four, well organised to move forward in the line for that. Quickly taken by Goff, that free kick to McPherson. Now McCall. Petric. Flicked on by Daly. There's time here for Goff. Well, I wonder if United will consider a fresh pair of legs up front to relieve some of the pressure in the odd breaks. They have Jaron Nixon available, who could do just that. Gary Boland too is a tremendously powerful athletic figure. McCall's pass, McPherson again not picked up, coming forward. McPherson again, that's very well held by Van de Kamp, but United really have to cope with Dave McPherson. They've allowed him to come forward at will in the last quarter of an hour or so.
Yes, we see Dave McPherson stepping forward confidently. In actual fact, looks so comfortable stepping onto it. Hits a good shot that Woody Van Kamp takes very comfortably. But interestingly enough, Duncan Ferguson is playing a very wide position, and I think Ivan Golic is gambling just a little bit by sending Petric out there to look after him, because the centre of his defence has been very, very strong and very, very steady. He's taking a big gamble, taking the key man away from there.
He has replaced him though by Maurice Malpass, who's such an assured figure. Goff's header out, collected here by Bowman. This is Daly. Playing it against Brewster. Chase on here for Jury, he won't get to that in time. So it's Mikharychenko and Haitley playing through the middle. Mikharychenko just off Haitley. Duncan Ferguson wide on the left, Jury wide on the right. I'm sure Rangers want all four to be attacking all the time in the late stages. Leaving a lot of work for Ferguson and McCall in the midfield area. McLaren losing out there to Murray. Picking his way through that ruck of players very neatly indeed, Neil Murray. Still has possession. Blocked by the legs of Van de Kamp. Scrambled away by Malpass. And here's McInally, still confident enough to sell a dummy inside his own box. The throw to Rangers. The onslaught continues. And once again McPherson breaks forward. Across it comes to Ian Ferguson. That's Mikharychenko. Trying to make room for a shot. Running straight into Hanna. Free kick by that challenge from David Hanna on Mikharychenko. This is a good save from Guido van de Kamp. It's not orthodox Benneman, but it gets here, blocks it with his knees, comes out again and sort of double block there. But I think just at the minute United are just a little bit 6 and 7s at the heart of their defence. So a great opportunity here for Rangers for an equaliser. So 22 yards out. Ian Ferguson leaves it to Robertson. Now Haitley. And Daly thumps the ball to safety. The wall did well there. Stood up to that very effectively. Van de Kamp organising his defence. So David Robertson now looking for a long throw again. He has Duncan Ferguson and Mark Haitley and Dave McPherson to aim for. The winner was Petric. And a great tackle by Hanna. Has to go again. It was Robertson who recovered quickly. There's Jury. Now it's back with Goff. Here's Ian Ferguson. Ferguson turning straight into Brewster. It's a free kick. No, the referee waves play on. There appeared to be a clear foul by Ferguson on Brewster. The United bench below certainly thought so. Leaping to their feet. And the whistle didn't go. Ian Ferguson looking for McCall. In goes Bowman. Back with Goff. A good cross, queuing up in there, but Brian Welsh was so determined to win it. Foul given against one of the Rangers strikers. But Brian Welsh dominating in that area.
It's going to be very important with 10 minutes to go that your centre-half becomes important in these situations, particularly when you've got big front players as Rangers have. And there's going to be a lot of balls, there's going to be a lot of high balls in that area. He's got to be very powerful, he's got to be able to clear his lines.
Well, 1-0 to United. Less than 10 minutes remaining. Maxwell once again driving the ball against Christian Daly. This time he feels the full brunt of that. The last time he reacted to set up the United goal. Took a blow in the face though, I think, this time, in fairness to him. Straight against his head. Yes, he would feel that quite severely. And the referee doesn't want any further hold-up in play. He wants Daly to leave the field. Will be very anxious to see an equaliser at the other end. You know the fashion in which that goal was lost. The United supporters sensing the prospect of victory. Daly looking groggy, but on his feet. Here's Ian Ferguson. This is for McPherson. The chasing player is Hannah. Back with Murray. Well, no one in that space for Rangers. Belfast lots of time to tidy up and look for Brewster. Golf's header collected by Hannah. Daly's onside, but he'll be matched by Robertson. Two immensely quick players. Here's Neil Murray. Oh, that's very good play. Sidestepping McLaren. It looks as though he's suffering from cramp. This means he won't last much longer. Murray turns back. Here's Goff. Ferguson very deep for Rangers. Duncan Ferguson, that is. Goff to McCall. Mikhalichenko. Back with McCall. Delicate ball played in, but claimed very effectively by Guido van de Kamp. Well, I wonder how much longer United will leave Andy McLaren on the field. He looks as though he's beginning to feel the pace. And the subs, in fact, have been called around. Nixon and Boland are available for United. Here's McLaren. Halted by Murray. Jury holding off Cleland. That's a very good turn. That's for Haitley. Excellent play again from Welsh. Throw goes to United. And now the substitution will be made by Dundee United. Jaron Nixon coming on to replace Andy McLaren. Here's McLaren, who's performed extremely well. Congratulated there on his way off by his teammates for his contribution. Salutes the United supporters. Little touch of cramp appeared there just a moment or two ago. So he goes off. 20 years old. So is Christian Daly. David Hannah's 19. The player coming on, very little older. That's Jaron Nixon from Trinidad. And no evidence here of the gloves this afternoon. The sun is shining, but it's not at all warm. There's McInally, and there's space over on the far side for Brewster. Nixon waits in the middle. This could tie it up for United. There's Brewster. And Ali Maxwell stood his ground there, got his angles right. He's not happy with his defence. And Brewster tried to finish it all by himself there.
Yeah. He's got Jaron Nixon, who's pulled into a good position there, and I don't think he was all that happy with him trying the direct shot. Certainly he made the right move. He went in with the defender, then pulled up to give him an easy pass to make. There you see him checking off. But good save by Alan Maxwell.
Well, that certainly would have killed off Rangers, I'm sure, had that been a second goal for United, but the match still in the melting pot as Rangers come forward again. This is Jury. The layoff finds Murray. Across it comes to David Robertson. Van de Kamp under severe pressure, and Petric reacts. There's Jury. It's played away by Cleland. What a difficult task for a goalkeeper, coming out there to challenge Haitley and Duncan Ferguson and Mikhalichenko, all tall players. It comes out, it's a real clash. I don't think there's any intentional thing there, but
There we see the ball include desperate defend at the end of the day, but this is where your goalkeeper and your centre-half, they've got to be powerful and strong for you.
So 5 minutes of the Tennent's Scottish Cup final remaining. 1-0 to Dundee United. Craig Brewster, the scorer in 47 minutes. So time running out rapidly for Rangers. Here's Nixon. Played off the ball there by Ian Ferguson. Free kick to United.
Yeah, it just prevents him from using his pace, and it's understandable at this stage of the game. The last thing you need is a forward running past you, but again the referee's right on top of his job.
A free kick to Dundee United. There's going to be a problem, I think, for Gordon Jury, who's been exchanging some unpleasant words with Nixon. Mikhalichenko seems to want to be involved. David Hanna showing his sense and maturity in keeping Nixon away from the trouble spot. The Jury's in trouble, and he was the player who was giving an earful to Jeremy Nixon, who he thought was wasting time deliberately. Dave Bowman is across there. Nixon is being called over too. But Dougie Hope, the last few minutes of his refereeing career, they have a lot of hard work to do. It's a booking there for both players, for Nixon and for Jury. Right in there for Daly to attack. The offside flag is up against Nixon. So the clock ticking away now. Less than 3 minutes. The Rangers looking for a goal. Duncan Ferguson's header. The Rangers finding goals very hard to come by. The last 3 matches in the league, they failed to find the net. Their last 3 games are against Hibs, Kilmarnock and Dundee. No goals to show for their efforts. Need a chance now for McPherson. Spinning away there. It is a goal kick. Dave McPherson again, a big threat to the United defence. So Walter Smith and Archie Knox with Davy Dodge there. All ex-Dundee United players and employees, and there was a chance for McPherson.
It's good play by Haley again. He's backing into the centre half. He does not allow him to get near the ball. Lays it down to McPherson. Hits a good shot, but that's the way things happen at times.
And I can't help thinking we'll see another substitution by United in the last minute or so to waste some more time. Ferguson playing it long. Haley with Welsh. Haley's a bit quicker, but Welsh doesn't have a start. They slide in with a tackle.
He's played a big part in this, Brian Welsh. He's really kept Matt Haley's excursion near the goal to a minimum.
So a long throw there by David Robertson. Blocked again by Petric. Here's McCall. David Robertson. Easily collected by Van de Kamp. Well, a very tough decision to be made this afternoon to choose the Tennent's man of the match. Still no announcement. Perhaps waiting in case there had to be extra time. But unless Rangers conjure up something in the next minute or so, there won't be. United in the lead. Rangers coming forward again. McPherson staying well forward. Throwing caution to the wind now, Rangers. That's towards Haley. The wrestling match with Welsh. Here's Nixon. He wants to take this for a run. Concedes the throw. So we're inside the final minute now. Plus injury time, of course. There's been quite a bit of that. A long throw taken by Jury. Into the danger area it goes. Up goes Welsh. This is Nixon. The only man upfield for United is Brewster. Header cross there by Ferguson. Reaches Goff. That's Murray. Tackled strongly by Hanna. Good advantage allowed by the referee. Here's Jury. Good far post cross. It's won by Welsh. Admirable play once again from the big central defender.
Yeah, he's my choice as man of the match because he's killed Rangers' biggest threat.
Up goes Daly. Headed away, reaches Ferguson. That's towards Haley. We're into stoppage time now at the end of the match. Can Rangers save this? Up goes Welsh again. Cross goes Malpass. Superb reading of the play in defence. Malpass sends it long. It'll be a throw to Rangers. Ivan Goetz may well have done it in his first season. Won the Tennis Scottish Cup. If his team can hang on for a matter of seconds. Here's Jury again. Could it be the last chance for Rangers? Well shot well again. That's Hannah battling. Back to Neil Murray. A delicate chip inside, but it's too long for McPherson. We've had more than a minute of stoppage time. Referee Dougie Hope checks with Donald McVicar, the linesman, who says the 90 minutes are over. And the announcement of man of the match has been made, and it is Gordon Petric. Well, he certainly has played extremely well, but there were a number of candidates. Handball given there by the linesman, Donald McVicar. Ivan Golatz and Gordon Wallace weren't at all happy, and Brewster has gone down. The play will still continue, I'm sure. The referee will not allow a hold-up. That might well be cramp. He's worked tirelessly all afternoon. Goff fires the ball forward. There's Mikhalichenko. Now Alec Cleland lofting it out towards Nixon. All eyes to the referee. Dundee United have won the Tennis Scottish Cup. The handshake from Walter Smith to Ivan Golatz. Gordon Wallace congratulates him. It's a truly remarkable finish to the season. The Right Honourable Ian Lang, Secretary of State for Scotland, presents the Scottish Cup to Maurice Malpass. One of Scotland's top professionals over the last 10-15 years, Maurice Malpass. So that's the picture you'll see in the papers tomorrow morning.